Hi Live for Life, this is Kirsten Tidwell. I'm going to do this short video to walk you through the features of our new curriculum software. It's called Build Your Own Curriculum, or BYOC. To start with, everyone already has an account set up. Your username is the first part of your Live for Life email, and your password will start as password, and then once you get in, you should change it, of course. So I'm going to log in here. So Build Your Own Curriculum, I think, is going to be really useful for our school to help us kind of streamline and organize where we keep our curriculum, allow for vertical alignment between departments, as well as horizontal alignment across teachers teaching the same course. So I'm going to show you biology course because I've already input that since that's what I taught when I was teaching. So here I'm on courses on the left, and so I search for biology. You can also just go through and find it. And so this is biology. So this is a course that has already been created. I just wanted to kind of show you what it will look like as it's been created. So here's the course name. Here's a button called Edit Mode. You won't be able to change anything unless you press this button. So I'm going to click that now. Once you see I click it, there's places to add new units, new topics, etc. How BYOC organizes curriculum, it starts with the course, biology. Then you have your units. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Within each unit, there's going to be topics. So each of these things underneath the units, those are the topics. Topics could be your larger learning objectives or larger themes within the unit that kind of breaks down the unit. And if you notice, under units and topics, there's length of time. So this unit is 2 weeks, and then it gives you some projected dates. Those are based on the district calendar that I've already input. So there's a separate high school, middle school, and elementary calendar that will map out your unit projection. It's currently set up based on our non-pandemic schedule, so I'll change it to modify based on what our calendar is currently with COVID. And then your topics, you can estimate the length of days for those as well. So you have your course, your units, topics within the units, and then within each of the topics, for example, if I click on levels of organization, then you can assign learning targets. So since we're a standards-based school, we know we have those standards-based I can or students will be able to statements. So this one has the I can evaluate how cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems within an organism are organized to perform essential life functions. So this would be the learning target that students are working towards, and they would be assessed on that in this first quiz. And so you can add as many learning targets, and those learning targets in BYOC, of course, knowing that we are standards driven, those are going to be linked to specific state standards. So this is linked into a Missouri science standard. So that's kind of the organization of the things that we'll be able to do within the basic curriculum pieces in BYOC. So you have your units, topics, learning targets, which are linked to standards, within this course. There's also opportunities to add attachments, so adding in your learning menus or your quizzes or your tests. That's something that we won't be doing right away, but you definitely can do, as well as even adding in activities as we get more into this. Once you create a course, which is what you're going to be working on today, there's some things that you can produce that can help organize you and your department. I'm just going to show you a couple of them. They're under reports, and you can definitely play around with this for yourself once you build your own course. The first report that's kind of cool is the course summary. So if I click on that, I'm going to find the course that I already built. So I'm going to go into science and biology. That's the course that I already built. And it's going to have a pop-up that comes up. And this is the course summary. So this is kind of nice because it outlines your course, all the pieces that I already put in. So it's a year, it's a required course, it's 1 credit, my course description, and my units with the time frames. And then these are the topics that I had in there. So it's almost like a pre-made syllabus for you that honestly it could be cool to give to the students at the beginning of the year, as well as for yourself to kind of organize your course, or a new teacher that's coming in and teaching the course. It's very clear what's covered within the course. And then it also has, for each topic, it has the formative assessment and the learning targets, as well as you go through. So if you see up here, it's 5 pages long. It has that for each of the units, each of the topics within the unit. And so you could print this out. If you see here, print, and have this as kind of a guide for the course for either a new teacher or just for yourself or for the students. So this is the course summary. So if I go back to reports, another report that's pretty cool is projection details. If you're someone that has always kind of hated calendaring but needs a calendar to stay on pace, this kind of does it for you. So again, I'm going to select biology, and it's a high school course, so I'm going to have it map out based on the high school schedule. And again, this is the calendar before we changed for COVID, so take that with a grain of salt, but I will update the calendar to match our current calendar. And so then this is the projection details. So this looks at your units with your I can statements, your learning targets, and it maps out about how long each one should probably take. And this is pulled from what you put into the curriculum. So if you said that this unit's supposed to take 2 weeks or 10 days, then it maps out the exact dates of approximately how long it will take. We know as teachers that this isn't always exactly accurate, but it kind of gives you an idea of, okay, how do I need to stay on target so that when I get to the end of the year, May 21st, I've gotten through all my materials. So it does that mapping for you, and then this is something that, again, can be printed out. So the last report that I wanted to show you is the curriculum map. So this can produce as much information as you need, but this is what we've done those traditional curriculum documents in the past that you're filling in Google Docs. And this kind of creates that curriculum map for you, where you don't have to keep going back and editing those Google Docs, that this will create those for you. So again, I'm going to use biology as an example because it's the one course that's fully inputted already. And you can decide what you want to include in your curriculum map. So I have unit description, essential questions, academic vocabulary. I can include the summative assessments. I could include the materials I need. It's up to you what you want to be put into this report. But this, as you see, if we go through, this is going to be what our curriculum document can be, where it has your unit description for the unit. I haven't input the essential questions or academic vocabulary yet. I'm going to get to that. It has the summative assessment. It has my learning targets as well as what they're quizzed on and the standards that they're linked to, as well as the duration. So this is, once it's input into BYOC, you don't have to do any more work to create those curriculum documents. It creates this map for you, and this is going to be hopefully super useful for a guide for new teachers or teachers that are teaching the same course to kind of keep on pace and making sure that we're mapping to the standards, but also know what those students are supposed to be learning and what they're being assessed on. So that's just a general overview. I'm going to have you now go and follow the instructions on how to do this yourself to create your course. And if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out.